Lovely viewers, you are welcome to another wonderful edition of the program, Living Legends. My name is King Otto, and my guest for today is no any other person than that unique patriotic citizen of our land, Ghana, Africa, and the world of music, Sol Armarfio. Uncle Sol, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
We are so honored to have you on the show today as a guest.
Yes.
And we believe by the time we'll be through, yes, you impart a lot
yes,
on us.
Definitely.
Sure.
Definitely. I've got a lot to say.
I got a lot to say. That is our legend and our guest on the show, Living Legends. Let's go for a very short break, and if you come back, the story of our legend will roll.
My name is Solomon Armafio. Our names, my family, it's automatic. It's all there. You know your children's name before they were born. You know, because like me, I born and name children, and children name fathers. Or you know, so you know. So it's just crazy. My name's supposed to be Amakwe, not Amakai. But one of my uncles just told me that when they outdooring at home, they went to the town council to register my name. They went to register my name Amakwe because they born Amate, Amakwe automatically. My date of birth is 22nd September 1938. That was Thursday. I started school 6 years old. You know. Yes, that time you put your hand there. When your hand touch your ear, you are ready. You are ready for class 1. Yeah. No, it was amazing. I went to school, Jamestown Government Junior School in Jamestown. Then you do that class 1, 2, 3. When you get to standard 1, you go to senior school at Kimbu. But, I went to Kimbu from then on to standard 7. Well, you know, so my schooling is Jamestown and then Kimbu. And Kimbu, there's another junior school at Adabraka that comes mixed up with Jamestown to start the senior school here. You know, so that's how it was. When I was at school, I was famous already because all my peers, you know, I was still playing music. Sometimes I travel to Cape Coast and things, come back. Monday, I'm at school. You know, it's really amazing. So, like, when I was going to school at Kimbu, most of the people, all my friends and mates, knew that I will be a musician. It's only me who didn't know. You know, I was just doing what came natural. From Kimbu, then I became a full-time musician. So first, my parents, because I had a kid before I came at 16, before I got 17, I've got a kid. I finished school at 16, but you know, there was a girlfriend pregnant, 17, I've got a kid. So, so I have to grow up very quickly, you know, being a musician too, it was easy because I wasn't doing like a local job. I was a free man to do my thing. So actually, my life started very early. E.T. Mensah, when he was playing with Joe Kelly and Guy Warren and my brother Sirius and trombone player, you know, I was picking things up naturally. They have people who help pack the instruments and things like that, who haven't got the talent of music. All they know is, we call them gongadin. They are the people who set up the gear, the equipment, when they finish the. But me, I go there to play whatever, you know, because when you are born in the central Accra, Gamashi, when you are born in Gamashi, the music is all outside. You hear the music, you hear the drum, and then you getting ready. When you get to you join in, and then they will say, police, then we spread to the alleyways. And then before you hear the drum, dun, 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 then you join, because when they say because of politics, we're supposed to have a license to play outside, because they take it politically that you can use that to overthrow government and all that. But in Gamashi, we don't believe in paying to see music. Life is outside, and you use birth, death, enjoyment. All this thing is all music. So we're always chasing the music. Music is in the air all the time. When my brother Sirius recognized the talent, then he helped me, just take me. When Guy Warren came, he took me to Guy Warren's place. He was living behind the police headquarters. Tesano. I went to his house. He was introducing me to, because he knew that this guy, he will be a musician. I was playing everything. When, you know, something is like lying there, I can play, I take it and play. And that's where then it means I say, oh, you know, this guy is a rhythm man. But I didn't even understand what he was talking about. It's just because I was playing, and it's progressively got to the drums, because he saw rhythm. The band I play at school, after school, was a Tempos band, E.T. Mensah, who gave me the name, the Rhythm Man. And then my brother, who was a main man with the Tempos, they break away with the trombone player Tommy Gripman to form Red Spots. Eddie Consa joined us, Rhythm Aces. He was playing bass, then he started playing trumpet. Then his people in Kumasi told him that if you can, we want to form a band. It's like the Syrians and the Lebanese, they have money. They have money to support, make something, which they don't even have idea about, but they have the money. So they went through the Kwanzaa. He came and told us, hey, these people, Edu said they want to form a band. So we went to Kumasi with the rhythm aces, and half of the band stayed because they shown us the money, and that's when Teddy was dropped into it because he saw Accra boys came to Kumasi, so they add their own star there into the stargazers, you know. So, you know, it's all like natural thing. I played with Eddie Kwanzaa, Spike Anyanko, Glenn Kofi, who played trombone. I knew that the world understands one thing, music. So I can just travel on my talent. You know, so this is how I left Ghana, knowing that I may not speak French, but when I go to French country, they will understand music. We all understand the same thing. And this is what really got me stuck in the music, because I went to Liberia, stayed there, moved on to Las Palmas, Coruña, or Spain, going towards England. All these places, I wasn't scared of going because I had my tool, which is always the music. So that took me all over the place. In Liberia, I became a full drummer because there was this man, Atai, who had a Accra club in Liberia. So we just played there, and I was working with American Bank, which is Bank of Monrovia, affiliated to Bank of New York. So I just go to do my work. I finish it about 2 in the afternoon. I'll come home to sleep in Liberia, and then the night time, Atais, that's the music. So that went on. 1960, because I left Ghana January 60 from Ghana to Liberia, knowing that I had an uncle who had been there. My father's the last born of, because my father had older children than him, so my father looked after all of us. My uncle was my friend. He sends me everywhere. So I thought when I get to Liberia, he put me right, showed me how I can. He lived there for a while then, and went to Liberia because of my uncle. And in Liberia, they paid you in dollars. It's not like Ghana. We paid you in dollars. So there were a lot of Ghanaians in Liberia waiting to go to America mostly, or continue wherever you wanted to go to. Just easy, made it easy for me. I work in the bank. In the evening, I played at a club. I got my money quickly to live. I remember one guy in where the house I lived in, when I was ready to, I stayed there for 10 months. When I was ready to move, he said, "But you just came and you going, I'm going with you." So this guy came with me to go to England. We took a ship from Liberia, go to Senegal. We went to Las Palmas. You know, it's like the deck we stayed on is like fourth class. But we got to Spain when we and the seamen were all together, and when we're talking, we're telling them that we're going to England. They say, Angleterre, frio mucho. It's very cold there. Because when we got to Las Palmas, my brother was in, the one before me, the boxer, was in England already. He sent me a pullover, and I bought a gabardine overcoat. So when I wear my, my pullover, and I wore the overcoat, which is gabardine, I thought that will save. I said, what kind of cold is that? That can be, it doesn't work at all. You needed a heavier, heavier material, but me not knowing. So when you talk to the seamen that you're going to England, say, hey, Angleterre, frio. Say, my God. But I went bit by bit. We dropped down at Coruña, went to a place called San Sebastian, and took a train to France. France, took another train to London. It was, when we got to London, I just saw a black man sweeping. So I went to him, I said, oh, do you know Kimpo? I thought, the black man should know, but he came from West Indies. I didn't know the cosmopolitan of London. I thought black people should know each other. But no, it wasn't like that at all. But when I saw my brother and lots of Ghanaians, I was ready to just join in. And then my brother he introduced me to a musician called Santos. It was a BC Martin. His brother was a boxer in Nigeria, and my brother was a boxer, so they knew each other. So he said, oh, my brother, he introduced us. So I started playing with Martins. He was a drummer. We were playing nightclubs around London. It was fun. 61 January 26, I was in London. So then it's all like mapped up. I will work in the hotel, washing plates. In the night time, I go to play my music. It was fun. All helped, because every little bit you get will help in England. There's, and when you just came, there's a lot of things you want to get. You know, as soon as they pay you, you go to C&A shop to thinking about things to send to Ghana. You buy something to send to Ghana to know that you are in Europe, because they expect you when you are in Europe, you should get a lot of money to, and it was great. That went on until we formed the Black Star Band, because we have a lot of Ghanaians, and Ghanaians, Nigerians, and Sierra Leoneans, you know, we are British colonies. So we get, it's easy to just get the band together. Whoever is good from these colonies, we use and play until Teddy came, 63 or something. My mother too was worried. She wanted me to bring my wife, my young wife, with the kid. But my brother, being a boxer in Europe, he went to Ghana while I was in Liberia. And he just took my son and took my sister to look after my son, because he was told that I was on my way to England. He just took my son and my sister to look after my son, left my wife there in Ghana. So before I got to England, my son was there. My son was there before I got there. Yeah, a kid. Because when he got to Ghana, he was told, oh, I was on my way to, you know, they saw me going that way, Kanishi way. That's where you take the bus to Takrady to join the ship to go to wherever you're going. So a lot of people just saw me with my bag going that way. So before I got to England, my son was there already. So I had already made a family to just start my life there. So I had to work any little hour I get, I'll work to look after. And my mother was pushing me to bring my wife to look after my son, because my son was being looked after by, we call them nanny, white ladies. They look after children, you pay them. So, you know, my son was about 200 miles away from London, and I go to visit in Devon, and I pay for, yeah. So it's like since I went to school, I was always one step ahead, going somewhere, and I always have to look for my, you know, interest, make money because of early childhood. I have children. I have a child. I have a wife, and you know, I was grown before my time. You know, but it all came together. I remember we were working at a Grosvenor Hotel, one of the biggest hotels in London. You know, you wash the plates, but you get fed. They'll feed you. You have to do some overtime. Then we pay. My rent was £2.10, and I was being paid £7. This is a 5. And 5, I've got a kid to pay, to be looked after. Then I have a rent to pay, you know. Oh, but those were the days. Yes, my mother was pushing me to let the wife join me to look after the little kid who went to England before me. And also, 62, the wife came. There was a white woman who was looking after the kid. You pay them, to look after the kid. And I go there every month. I travel 200 miles to visit. So when the wife came, then we need to get a bigger place, and then brought the kid. We are all one family, late 62. And then she too, we have to find a job. There was because of political reasons that time in Ghana, everybody wanted to go abroad. Every kid want to live because you never know when you will be put in prison for being in the opposite party. And most of the Ghana Central, we were joining the opposition party. So you will see somebody in the evening, tomorrow morning, is gone. They're taking him away. There were a lot of people, young people who going to Europe. So before she came there, she met friends from Accra. And we visit each other. When you go there and to England, they tell you, oh, your friend is that place, Camberwell. You go to Camberwell, you go visit them all the time. So when there's a vacant place, you join them. Before you know, you have a lot of Ghanaians around the area because you've been visiting, we visit each other, and that's how we live. Apart from that, there were the white kids who were just, they thought black people were coming to England too much, especially the West Indians. The West Indians, they really brought them in shiploads to work in England. So sometimes when they see you alone, a black man alone, they attack you. Hey, what have you got? Give me some money. They call them teddy boys. Teddy boys at that time. So you have to be strong, and then it's like you are safe in numbers. So you always live around your people. Yeah. So before you know, area is all Ghanaian. When you go there, that person is living there and that. So in London became that. It's not only for Africans, but when you go to London that time, if you want to know where the Cypriots, the Greeks, they are this, and when you go, before you know, the whole area is one nationality because you are safe in numbers. Okay. So, and then you have to, my wife was working with a laundry. That's where her friends, they all working there. So, we every little money you get helps, So, life was good.
You are still watching the program and you heard it all from the legend himself. He's still telling us the story. But let's go for a very short breather. If we come back, the story of our legend, Sol Armarfio, will continue.
Because I was there before Teddy came, I know, like I've been traveling. So I said, hey, Teddy, what we are doing here in London, when you get to Germany, they have a lot of American bases in Germany. And the Germans, or wherever you went to, they just see the black man. The music we play, they don't relate it to Africans. You must be an American because they have a lot of American soldiers all over the place. And then sometimes we played with some of the Americans because they just go there, they have to join the army. Sometimes they have some great musicians. They have to do their service, so they were sent to these German places. And it was a hard life, but good life. We all came together from different nationalities, Africans and West Indians and even the Americans. When we play, they have places that the black people catered for the soldiers, and those are the places we played. We played at those places, and when you play, they don't relate that to Africans. They think you are Americans, and you try to talk like American because you are better off being an American, Sometimes I remember a guy with Birdsong. Birdsong was he became a big man, a big guy with Stevie Wonder in America. When we formed osibisa and we went to America, I knew soldiers that I've met in like Frankfurt when they were soldiers, and then they get to know, oh yeah, so you are a big musician. They look up to you. African, they call us, we are from the motherland. Okay. Yeah, when we play, at that time we have a lot of white people in Ghana, in Africa. All the clubs we play in Ghana, the Lidos and the Havana weekend in Havana, is all when you're playing, you are not playing high life. You are playing foxtrot, jazz, waltz, tango. So, and even that became easy for us, for the osibisa, fusing. When we play all these things, then we play the African thing. Then we confuse them. When we play the African thing, and then forming osibisa, it's easy to, that's why we became unique. Okay. When we play not African, not European. It's all bust up. And that made us famous, that made us popular because, okay, like when the Teddies and things came, when we play the European, we follow the keyboards, we will follow the sax. When the saxophone takes solo, he is playing jazz in in African thing, So, like, you can follow the instruments. Some of the instruments they know, and before you know, you are in African rhythms. Sometimes then we ask them, when you come in, you can bring your dustbin pan, whistles, just when we blow, everybody is enjoying. You come to see a band, but not only to see a band, you join in the fun. And this is what made osibisa, because the fusion of the colonial things we went through in Ghana and Africa. You always get something to follow. We catch you somewhere. We will play calypso, we will play jazz, we play cha-cha-cha, we play high life. When you play the high life, that's too much. And it's a good learning. So then, even when you go to buy or go to a record shop to buy a record, they all categorize the sound you want. When we came, they didn't know where to put us, and that's where they brought Afro. Because they don't know what we play. The music we play is African, but there's jazz in it, there's calypso in it, there's other fusions. So they created that. You went to a shop, you know exactly where you're going to look for a record. Or I remember when we got there, when I buy a record, I put a label, a date, because all these things you get not for England. You're thinking about taking it to Africa. You're taking it to Africa. So it's like you were in Europe, but everything you get is thinking about going back to Africa. You see television, you see things. You learn about things on the television. So it's like you don't play the music at home. That we get together, the music place is separate. We have our home things. We play calypsos, we play high life. We know high life already from Africa. So, it's like, and when you go to your friend's place, it's not only Ghanaian friends, it's other Africans. You go to them and hear different things. But television is what got us together, and they have so many different stations that you can tune to. With so many, because the British man colonized the world. You see a lot of, it's not just, there's a lot of, you see somebody black, but it doesn't mean he will speak Ga with you or, even speak your English. Those are all things that you have to go through. Like the West Indians were there already, established, and then we have to find our way through. And then it was good because Then the Africans, from the colonial places like Sierra Leone, Nigeria, you know, Gambia, and places that speak English, you know, it's easy to just move with them because we all understand the same thing, being from a colonial British basin.
Now,
awards came much later because when we formed the osibisa, then the Lofty Amar from Nigeria, he plays a session for some Jewish record company. They have a record company, they have management, they have bookers, they book you to play here and there. And he brought these Jewish people to listen to what we play. They got hooked up. You know, they start signing us to play in students' places, you know, colleges. And that starts spreading from the colleges to went out of the country. It's just the fusion, because but our background in Ghana did a lot, because we were colonial then, we were playing to the white man before we went there. So we know what they like, they know what we do. But when we fuse it with the African thing, that became a different sound, completely a new sound. That became what they call Afro sound, you know.
Now, how did you get involved in your life and the formation of the osibisa?
Yeah, like I said, when we went there, we met some Ghanaians there already. We can always play with the Sierra Leone Nigerians. You know, they understand what we understand. And so, you know, when we started osibisa, we have West Indians. Even the West Indians is not from one place, different islands, so many different islands. We play with Sierra Leone people in the band, Nigerians in the band, you know. It was interesting. It was interesting, and that made it, instead of making it hard, it made it easier, because we're creating a new thing completely, you know. And then, when we start playing, we can put in tree, we can put in ga, you know, to make it a completely different thing. You know, that was good. And that made the osibisa. I remember when osibisa came to Ghana, and Ghanaba came to see us at a place called Indigo, a club called Indigo in a ring road. Then Ghanaba said, wow, so everything you play, why the drums starts? But that's the way we did it. We did it. When we go to do a rehearsals, Me, I will set up the cake. I will, I will set up the rhythm. There is no music we did in osibisa that I wasn't part of it. I will, if yeah, I will set up. I will set up the rhythm. I will set up the rhythm, and then you can put whatever you want.
Music like.
Oh, anything, any music, all the music we played, Matonto, God bless him. He will push me. Oh, right, start the thing. It doesn't matter what. Start. Start the thing. And before I get to rehearsals, there's things ringing in my head already. And I was always the first person to be at rehearsals because I've got more instruments to take care of. So I get geared up in my head before I get to, when I finish setting up and playing, whoever came next is just joining where I was. And it carries on. But before you know, people come, and then wherever we were, he will just slot himself in there. I play every rhythm. And because I started from claves, maracas, and I can always tell you, the rhythm is a question and answer. I play this. It's all related. So I tell them what to play to complement what I was doing. So it's easy because all that came from Buko. From the, I was born in it. That's what we do or did at Bukom. If you don't do that, you will be boxing. Sometimes, yes, boxing. Even I remember. Now bring something in. I was just taking my shower. Somebody came, knock at the door, and then I said, "Oh," he said, "Who? Kind? Yeah. Akwe?" He said, "Your brother said you beat me." Oh, I said, "Oh, wait a minute. I'll be out in a minute." So I cleaned myself quickly and just went with him. Because if you don't fight that fight, everybody, if you have a girlfriend, they'll take it from you and beat you up. That's the way we live in the central Accra there. Bukom, that's the way we live there. And if people know that they can, if you don't answer this fighting, everybody will walk over you. You have to fight. You have to do music. And we don't believe in paying to be entertained. Yes. And the weather brings things to do, like the moon, full moon, and you see like Bukom and Ngleshi, it's like war. They are there, you are there, and you'll be fighting. Because you see, sometimes you see a gang going towards the beach because something you didn't know about, but you've been challenged. My brother will beat you. So you have to fight for your own sake, for your own peace of mind. If you don't fight, everybody will come knowing that they can beat you. And that's how we got so many boxes and things in Bukom. Because you have to fight for your own survival. And the music is free. So if you have these things in you, it's very easy to follow naturally. And I was lucky, my brother was playing in a big band, E.T. Mensah. I don't learn to play, I just listen and know if you play this, I can play that and play this and that. So I was telling you about Guy Warren when he came to see us. Then when we finished, he said, man, so everything starts from the drums? I said, yeah, he is a drummer. You know, he is a drummer, and his music didn't start like that. So, you know, I was going to, because my brother took me to Guy's house. He was just introducing me to all his peers and things like that. So there were a lot of hands just mold me to, because they saw the talent, natural talent. It's like I didn't learn to play. That's what I do.
You grow to do it.
I was born with it. So I was where I'm the luckiest man. And moreover, like I can, like knowing that when I play this rhythm, you play that, I can write song easily. Because we go rehearsals and I'm telling people, you know, when I play the drums this way, you play the congas this, you know, to complement what, and then you build in the music. Before you know, you can write a song in the same way relating to what's going on. You know, actually, Otto recognized that very, very, very early. You know, so whenever he came to rehearsals, he oh, bruh, start the thing. Bruh, start the thing. So the rhythm man thing is a natural, you know, me to describe what I was doing or still doing. Just you know, you are the rhythm man. Just clear. And even when we started, I was saying that I can turn classical music into African classical. You know, because what I hear is what I play against. You know, whatever I will hear, I can play something to go, yes, to go with that. So it was easy for me with the band. And then there was a time that the British want to close the gate for, you know, because of politics, there were a lot of Africans coming. They are colonists. They all coming to England. So they have to do something about that. And we getting ourselves together, just to face what's ahead of us. I always like I said before, my father had 6 wives, 21 children. So we always have a lot of people in my home there. So, I mean, it was easy. And all these 21 of my father's children, we don't differentiate this is that one. And All the mothers are my mother. All their children are my brothers and sisters. You know, and so in my house, in my home, that's the way my father brought us up. Up till now, like even some of the mothers or the sisters are more closer to me, or I'm closer to them than their own brothers and sisters, because we were brought up together. You know, I see my sisters' mothers. They want to send somebody to do some smart thing. They will call me. You know, they're not calling me as a name. They're calling me as a son. Come, you know, go do this for me and do that for me, and you know, that's the way. Up till now, I have a sister living in East Legon. Went to school with the Rollins and the Adodankwa and all that. When I went to see Adodankwa recently for this old school thing, where is your sister, Elsie? You know, this is what I like about our president. He remembers everybody, all the people he grew up with. You know, so I told my sister about it. He said, "Oh yes, yes." I always said no. He will ask of me, you know, because they all went to Achimota, you know, and. She's there in East Legon, and what they did was the people who went to Achimota, they shared the diplomatic, you know, the diplomatic things to themselves, so they know themselves. My sister at East Legon had a thing with a professor at Amis, because at Amis saw his thing on the telephone. So he sent her, "Are you really the Elsie I know?" And that's the way they do it. And so she became a diplomat. You know, she was like their mates are all in England, and I have it's not a father and child.
Okay.
We are all friends.
Yeah.
It all depends, you know, on you,
Okay.
you know, and I'm closer to my grandson than even my son, because he's more my line. I like him. I like the way, and like I actually, Ekpache. It's just Amate, why do you have so many children? And he tells me, it's the woman's family. They like the children. And you go see him. Yeah, white lady who teaches the girls in the bank. And he's riding in a Mercedes Sports. And he's working at a B&Q, do-it-yourself shop. But he lives like a king, you know. So him alone has given me 6 great grandchildren, you know. And then the sister has got 2, so 8. The picture on sitting up there. Yeah. I was in my home in Akutulanti. You can do whatever you want by respect. You have to. If you lose your respect, then you finish. But you can do whatever, but you have to respect your elders, you know. And that's the way I am. Yeah, with the children, that's the way, general, that's the way I am. Even this area, or go to play tennis, when I go to play tennis, I'm not waiting. The ball boys, if they're ready, I play with them. If Roger Federer came, I will play with him because I go there to exercise. I don't go to win games. You know, this is what I care about, and that's my life. I have. It would be nice to just take you to my friend there. He's a communication man. He calls me young man. I call him old man. He's a young guy. If I take you there now, young man. And will do everything for me for nothing. Because I see people as they are, not because you are oldest. They see me as just a friendly guy. They say I'm free. I'm a free person. They all have their no name for me. If you come to tennis place, what they call me there. One day I just went there. Hey, sexy soul. I don't know where they get things from. You know, I don't know where this man will get. Oh, young man. Song says sexy soul. Some say, hey, solar man. But you know, it's okay. Whichever way they see me, it's me. You know, it's all life. A world of music. We have everything. God has given us everything. You know, food, music. You know, I write songs. I have charms up there. The wind blows it. It makes music for me. Music is just if you are a music writer, you just need a start. A car will park. Maybe it's startable. Then you can build it up. Birds singing. You know, you just need the start. And I've done a lot of songs like that. You know, sometimes in England, I remember I was stand at a train station. Whoop, whoop, you're gone. You know, so, I mean, I like people to be free. Be honest. It's very important. Your honesty is your God. Because all the things you do, you don't do it for yourself, you don't do it for him. You do it and it's like in front of you here. You see it. It won't take long at all. People I've had friends that they will tell you anything, just especially in Ghana here. They just tell you something just to go and forget. Me, what I tell you is what it is. If you come 10 years, I will tell you the same thing. Because I'm honest with myself, for me. So all around me, it's a lot of young people. When I go to play tennis, I don't care who is playing, who is ready to play, young or old, I'm there. You know, I have to keep this body going. And in the area, they call me a young man in this area. But I say, okay, you know, up till now, when I tell people my age, they can't believe it. But I always feel that I'm very spiritual. I always feel that this body is given to us. We are all spirits, the animals and everything. But this body was given to us to look after. If you can't look after this body, forget it. No, I'm not the type of guy. I'm a loving guy. I don't really, I hate dishonesty. If you are a thief and you know you are a thief and you agree that you are a thief, I love you more than pretending. No, you have to be honest with me and you are all right. It doesn't matter what you do, just be honest. And even that small, my God, is honesty. Be honest with yourself, be honest with people, and just treat people like, honestly. So you can be whatever you want to be, but if you are honest, you are my man.
Viewers, if you just joined us, you are still watching the program Living Legends. We are still celebrating Teddy Osei, and I'm so honored to have here with me Sol Armarfio, a very close pal, somebody who has really worked with Teddy for a very long time. Uncle Sol, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you.
In brief, how would you describe Teddy Osei?
He was a cool guy,
Yeah.
And Africans or Ghanaians, when we meet abroad, we won.
Okay.
And when we met in England, we were close. There were a lot of West Indians and all that.
Okay.
So we, as Ghanaians, we knew each other.
Okay.
So we just got together, and then the government took over.
Okay.
Because we were all doing like a part-time schooling.
Okay.
So Nkrumah wanted to help us.
Okay. Ghanaians living abroad.
Yes.
Okay.
To go
to
do
further education.
Yeah.
That means there was a kind of scholarship
Exactly.
program from
Exactly.
the government
That
of Ghana.
came. Yeah, that came because he knew we have a lot of reserve money from the our masters, masters, so we can use it instead of going to part-time schooling to a scholarship to. Okay. And then Teddy was one of the scholars.
Okay, all right. So now, with that, moving on, let's talk about your interaction with Teddy as friends that even have to come about the formation of the civics. How were you people?
Well, I mean, I knew Teddy from Stargazers.
Okay.
So we have a lot of brotherly thing already. With other guys, we knew all the musicians. We knew each other.
You were old friends.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was easy. So when we got together, and the government of Ghana or the students' session of the embassy, they used us to do all this
entertainment.
Yes. And Teddy was one of us.
Okay.
You know, we all went to the school.
Okay.
You know, music school
Okay.
and played, and then you're doing your own like part-time work,
Okay.
you know, because you need all the monies you can get to look after yourself in England. So, like I said, I knew Teddy already. Not only him, but I knew
Okay.
other musicians
Okay.
from Ghana. Yeah, so it was easy, like I said, because I've played with Teddy
Okay.
before.
Okay.
We were there.
Okay. All right. So, look, talking about Teddy and celebrating Teddy, you being Teddy's close pal, playing for that long, what would you say are some of the things that gets Teddy angry? You know, this is your playing mate. You play a band with him. You know,
No,
like what are the things he don't like that can really get him angry and all that?
no, he hasn't. Teddy didn't have. He, he was a good guy, cool guy. Uh, like Teddy is cool. I'm cool. Uh, we we have later.
Okay.
We brought in Mactonto.
Okay.
That was much later.
Okay.
No, I mean, like I said, we knew each other before then, so it was easy to just carry on from where we were before.
Yeah. This one is work in progress. And
Yeah.
it was a music in progress.
Exactly.
Well, we are still celebrating Teddy Osei. He's our guest on the program today. And this is Sol Armarfio. And we'll be talking more about Sol Armarfio and who he is. I mean, a lot of names, you know.
And like I said, because we knew each other, we were visiting each other at homes. You know, Teddy lived in Tooting, I live in Battersea.
Okay.
You know, just a stone throw. So we see each other most of the time in the music and just personally.
Okay.
We were visiting each other.
Okay. Besides visiting each other and besides playing music, what other things do you recall that if you guys are not on the stage or in a rehearsal studio or room or you guys do?
Yeah, you see, me being the drummer, me, I don't play with my time.
Okay.
I keep time on stage, off stage. I'm the timekeeper. So when we're going for a rehearsal, I will be there first, always. I will be at the rehearsal first. Before I get to rehearsal, I'm having things rhythm in my head. So when I go, I just start osibisa. Osibisa start. We always start on the drums. I have to start set. It's like baking a cake.
Yeah.
And then the sprinkle
And things
water
on top.
on
Yeah.
top.
Okay.
So I always have to start the rhythm, and then we put
Things
things.
together. Then it become a great tune.
And Teddy being became a leader of the band.
Yeah.
He is the one who instigates the crowd.
Okay.
You know, so he was
Always in front.
in front. You know, so that's what happened. He became a leader that way.
Okay, all right. I still want you to flash your memory back to the early days, you and Teddy. Uh, as friends, what were some of the things you guys were doing if you're not playing music?
Oh, we visit each other. I go to, Teddy was living with a white lady. I go to Tooting.
Okay.
I go to his house. You know, we eat together, we talk together, we do things together. You know, not everything I can talk about, but that time there was a lot of smoking and things like that.
Okay.
You know, weed. But and even that got us closer.
Okay.
Because that sort of instead of like people, you can use it whichever way you want.
Yeah.
And we use it personally.
Okay.
And musically.
Okay.
So we always on a level.
The same level.
I don't have to explain anything.
Okay.
To Teddy. He knows.
Okay.
What's
Understand.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. 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 You guys play a lot of music. You created a lot of music, composed a lot of music. Which one do you know that is Teddy's favorite? Which of the tracks?
Like Fire Will Burn You, you know, and even the ones I wrote, he was the leader in front. He's the one who instigates the people.
Okay.
So, you know, he is the one who, you know, creates everything, the atmosphere.
Yeah. It charges the atmosphere.
Yeah, the crowd.
Yeah.
For instance, I wrote Woyaya.
Okay.
Because Teddy didn't speak Ghana,
Yeah.
it's Wonya.
Okay.
But it was easy for him to say Woyaya.
Yeah.
So the title became Woyaya. But Ghana is not Woyaya.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Wonya.
Okay. We are going. Wow.
But it's all good because in music, even the Stevie Wonders and Smokey Robertson, and they use words.
Coin them.
Yeah, because it's close to the music you're playing.
Okay.
You don't have to use the actual word, you know.
Okay.
So, you know, we've been close for a long time, all the way back from Kumasi to London, education and everything. We did everything together. It was good.
Well, folks, if you just joined us, you're still watching the program Living Legends. I'm still talking to Sol Armarfio.
You know.
If you look straight into a camera, in just one straight sentence, how do you describe Teddy Osei?
He's a cool guy. Teddy is not like Mark. Mark is, you know, Teddy is calm. No, Teddy is a cool guy. And when we musically, because we thinking alike, it's easy to just put your input into the music, ideas into the things we do. You know.
All right. We would like to thank you very much for passing through the program and celebrating Ted Yosei with us.
Yes.
We'll soon be celebrating you on this program. And we will say thank you very much once again. Viewers, on this note, we are signing out here, but just keep watching the program. Living Legends, the story of Ted Yosei still continues.